Alrighty. Michael check. 1 2 1 2.
Michael, check.
See what it says.
Alrighty. Michael, check. 1 2 1 2. Michael, check.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my mic down just a little bit.
Alrighty. Michael, check. 1 2 1 2. Michael, check.
Oh shit, we're getting echo.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my mic down just a little bit.
Infinite loop. Does that sound good on your end?
Oh, I haven't listened to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me.
We'll go with that. Okay,
Yeah, I'm listening to it now. It sounds good.
cool. Welcome everybody. Sorry for the late start. That's my fault. Welcome to the second week of May edition of Smackdown TGW Smackdown Live. I am OddSmith311,
I am EvilPenguinGaming.
and we're here with another splendiferous show. One that's so awesome that I can't even remember what's on it. That's how good of a show.
Have you looked at how short it is? It's less than an hour.
Is it really? Oh shit, it is.
57 minutes.
I thought last week's. What was last week's? Like an hour and 2 minutes or something?
Something like that.
Here I am freaking out thinking my shows are too long. Well, next week's the gauntlet, right?
You know what? I don't remember.
Or am I getting my months mixed up again?
I don't remember.
Well, assuming because you said that was like what 58 minutes or something like that.
Just the match was like 56 minutes.
So we'll just call this balancing out.
Is this Mrs. Felix joining us tonight?
Yes, Mrs. Felix.
Mrs. Felix, hello! It's so nice to finally meet you.
Here, you guys chat for 2 seconds. I'm gonna use the little boys' room real fast.
Okay, okay. Oh man. Have either of them told you where I live?
Are we live?
We are live.
Oh, hello everyone.
What's up, buddy?
Hey Mike, how's it going?
Not bad.
Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, I haven't seen you. I'm just never on when you're on, apparently.
Yeah, I've been streaming in like the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I gotta be up for work at 06:30, so.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. It's usually pretty lonely, honestly.
And I've been busy just going, recording stuff for this.
Oh, Todd's been telling me. It's crazy. I love the show.
Good, thank you.
Dude, I think it's turning out wonderfully.
I'm so happy that it's turning out this good, because I was talking to you about it before Todd and I even started it.
Yeah, you were talking to me a while about it, and then you broke it down for me one night, and I thought it sounded great.
Mm-hmm.
It's been working out, though, well so far?
Oh, yeah, it's been great.
How'd you, what are you doing for the PlayStation? Yeah, I guess you don't have to explain it to me now, but did you end up getting like a capture device?
No, I'm streaming, downloading, and editing,
Okay.
and just layering the music over.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I download each individual match separately,
Hmm.
layer the music in, cut out the like loading screens and everything.
Okay, that's
So we have
awesome.
one smooth show.
All right, well, Todd's here, so I'm gonna let him get back on here.
All right.
All right, hey, good show tonight, huh?
Yeah, man.
Bye bye.
Fictional leg. Okay, sorry about that, everybody.
Sweet relief, sir.
I feel much better now. Yes. Well, I guess I started getting set up, and it's just I've been on this computer before, but just get set up real quick. It was kind of a last minute thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was just kind of frazzled in the first place. So
So
maybe
here's my question:
what's up?
have you watched your open yet?
Just the one time when I was setting up the setting everything up, and I had forgot that you said you put that on there. I was like, oh, sweet. Because I hadn't heard that music in fucking... They don't use that anymore, do they?
No, that was the original SmackDown music from 1999.
I was going to say, I'm like, man, I haven't heard this in forever. I couldn't even tell you the music they use now. I don't think it's even really, like... I don't think it has much personality. I think it's more just, like, filler... I don't know.
It's just like modern rock stuff.
Dang, dang, dang. Well, I guess maybe this works out that we got a shorter show tonight.
Yeah.
But anybody out there, thanks again for joining us. Sorry about the late start. Tomorrow night, everything should be back on track. So I don't plan on making this a habit of being this late. So, but I am excited to get going here. I saw the first match and remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So, without further ado, with the brand new opening.
And 3, 2, 1, play. Dude, I'm so proud of that opening.
They both came out really good, man.
Yours came out better than mine.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the music. The Raw one was like, I don't know. Like I said, I watched that one over and over.
Well, it's because that music is just classic.
It gets me amped.
You know, we were listening to that music in 1993.
Don't remind me. Remember, my birthday's in less than a week.
I didn't realize that.
'Cause I don't know. You might be older than me. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you.
What are you gonna be?
I will be 36.
I am just a little bit older than you because I turned 36 last month.
Ah, well, happy belated birthday,
Yeah.
Gramps.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, that ain't funny. I was a step grandfather for my ex-wife's kids at like 25. So
What the? Wow.
that's a whole other story
I-
for another time.
That sounds like an interesting tale.
Anyway,
Yeah. Our truth.
the truth shall set us free.
Ooh,
Oh, bam, bam.
one of my favorite. I had forgotten all about his entrance until we started using him. He's an. The music is just so guttural.
I love his music.
Bam, bam.
And like I said, this isn't his music that's actually in the game. His WCW music is in the game, which is crap.
I couldn't even tell you, save my life, what a WCW music sounded like.
Well, once you beat your PS4 and get the game, you'll be able to get it.
Yeah. What, are they paying you? What?
You'd think as much as I pushed it on you.
No, I think what I'm going to do is either my first or second check of January, I think I'm going to go ahead and get it with my credit card once I get Christmas and all that stuff taken care of.
That makes perfect sense.
Because I just got a
So-
new...
Oh, who you got in this one?
Bam Bam.
Well, yeah. You have to.
What wasn't R-Truth when he... If I remember correctly, he kind of came in with kind of a push, didn't he? Wasn't he like a heavyweight champion or something for a second? Or...
No, he was a heavyweight champion in TNA
Ah.
when he was going under Ron the Truth Killings. But actually, before that, do you remember? Because this isn't his original run in the WWE. He teamed with the Road Dogg back when it was still the WWF as K-Quick.
K-Quick?
Do you remember that?
Not in the least bit.
You're going to have to network that stuff.
K-Quick. How long was he in the WWE or F for?
I don't remember, but I don't think it was all that long. They had a really good theme song too, because they were tag teamed, and yeah, it was it was something.
That's
I
a
can't say it was interesting. It was there.
It was definitely a thing.
It was a thing.
Well, I haven't seen too much R-Truth. He's not really all that bad of a worker, is he? I mean, he's all fucking...
He's not that bad of a worker. I've never been able to really warm up to him. I don't know why. I was just never really been a fan.
I like his entrance and his personality and stuff, but I never really seen him do too much as far as like fighting. I mean, he's never. Well, him and Goldust had that tag team. They were pretty good for a second.
Yeah, and then when they broke, remember I said this has been the year for WWE to break up tag teams. That was one of them.
What was it? The Golden Truth.
Golden Truth.
That's not as good as.
Not as good as what?
Nature of Perfection, but what?
Oh, I thought you were. 3.
There we go. You're a winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Book dust.
What?
When Booker T and Goldust were teamed up as Book Dust.
Oh, Book Dust. I think you said Butt Dust. I was like,
Butt
no.
Dust. No, that's what happens off of a really wet fart.
Hey-o. We got to get our controversial comments in now.
Yeah.
We need a.
Just lurking.
Do you want to make the racist comment this week, or should I?
No, I think I did it last week. You can handle it. Oh, BananaRoMa TV, ladies and gentlemen.
The most controversial channel on Twitch. Also, I forgot my phone charger and I want to kick myself in the face. This makes me sad.
If you can reach your leg that high, you should be getting paid for it. I'm just saying.
You know, I could. At one point, I could. I probably couldn't do it now. 10 years ago? Shit. It's a new day.
Feel the power. Give me a quick count while we're at it.
6 minutes and 23, 24, 25. Okay, cool.
Yeah, when you use New Day, I try to mix up the combinations. I think I've used all 3 possible combinations so far.
And it doesn't really. I don't have much of a preference, I guess. All right. I guess if I really had to pick it'd be Kofi and Big E.
Yeah.
Oh, does that?
Well, like they had a match on SmackDown tonight against Rusev Day.
I think so. Yes. Thank you, sir.
And it was Kofi and Woods against Rusev and Aiden English. And my God, the most entertaining segment of the show.
Well, anytime they're out there, man, I think that's what. It's so easy to look at their gimmick and go, "This is fucking stupid." Blah blah. You know what I mean? But like, they're really good at what they do. I love watching them. Like, I remember when they come out of WrestleMania. Was it last year or the year before? Where they had the box of cereal. Yeah. I love these guys. And someone had mentioned, I don't know if it was you or it was a review I was watching where Big E's been making comments lately about them. They're never going to break up or something like that.
Well, I haven't seen anything about that.
He said it several times now. Like, it was Wrestling with Regret. I was watching their you know, he does a thing every week. It's like who wore it better. He compares SmackDown and Raw and everything that happened to him. And he was mentioning how, I guess, last week and maybe the week before that, he had said that a couple times during interview, like promos and stuff. I didn't remember hearing it, but I didn't get to see the whole show either.
You need to watch. Tomorrow I'll send you the link to Wrestle Talk so you can watch their weekly review, because they do podcasts 3 days a week. And they're just so entertaining to listen to.
Who's is it anybody like a wrestler or anybody hosting it? Or?
No, it's just 2 guys. They do like 3 news segments every day. They do Raw and SmackDown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, and they do long-form Raw and SmackDown reviews on Wednesday. They do long form pay-per-view reviews. They're so much fun. I just love to listen to them. It's two English guys.
Oh yeah. Which one is that? Is that Wrestle Ramble you said?
Yeah, it's Wrestle Talk News on YouTube.
Wrestle Talk.
But yeah, the podcast is Wrestle Ramble.
Okay, I didn't meant to look that up. I downloaded the Castbox, but I haven't listened to that yet.
I've subscribed to so many friggin' wrestling podcasts. It's ridiculous.
There are a lot of good ones out there, man. A lot of good point of view. Like there's almost something for everybody out there now.
Oh, let me tell you, I listened. We're completely ignoring this match.
Well,
I listened to Lillian Garcia's podcast, Chasing Glory, with Paige today. Really, really super interesting. It's pretty intense, honestly, because it's got Paige talking about everything that's happened to her in the past year to year and a half with drugs and
her love life, yeah,
everything. Like how she almost committed suicide when the pictures got leaked.
Ooh.
The sex tape got leaked. Which actually makes sense that I talk about that with Woods in the Ring. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that had to be. Well, it's fun. Was that the first time you listened to that? Because I just listened to her podcast for the first time today too. Earlier, I was listening to the one with Lita, Amy Dumas.
I haven't heard that one.
Well, I started off. There was a clip where she was just talking about what happened with her and Edge. And I eventually started. I just went back and listened to the whole podcast because I was like, "This is really interesting." She's really. It's so weird because when you saw them on screen, it was the complete opposite of what was happening in real life. Like, she said that she was talking about how when Matt found out, confronted her, she just kind of left. It was freaked out, and like Edge's wife kept calling her and yelling at her, and she just kept answering the phone and just saying, "I'm sorry." Like it was just she was in a bad spot too, man.
Oh yeah.
Just like the Ascension here.
The Ascension are in a bad spot right now. Kofi with that New Day boom drop. Connor trying to punch the air apparently.
He must be angry. Oh.
Come on, ref.
The rest distracted.
2, 3.
3. We must be off a little bit.
No, I wasn't. No, we weren't off. I was waiting for the damn ref to get over there.
Oh.
No, we're not off at all.
I can see why this was such a short week. Good lord.
Yeah, these matches are going pretty quick. I think that's the only tag match too.
I try to have one, like at least one on every show. Like,
yeah, I do too. I tend to have women's tag matches on a lot of my shows, and they seem to go really low. They're like a good 12 to 15 minutes, it seems.
I'll have to try that with some of the combinations I had. Well, I did the first week. I think it was the second week.
I usually try to team up both legends and currents. Like I did one. I recorded one today. Spoiler for next month's shows. I recorded Trish Stratus and Ruby Riott against Carmella and Ivory.
Rude Riot?
Ruby Riott.
Ruby Riot. I don't think I've heard of her before.
Yeah, she's the one that running the Riot Squad on SmackDown. They just came up from NXT. It's the exact same thing as Absolution.
Oh yeah, I heard about him. From that's what Brian Zane said too.
Copy and paste.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on. It's such a problem.
Well, I thought that was the point of having two different shows,
Right.
and they started off like that. SmackDown was really good when it started off. I mean, some of the storylines they had going and stuff were actually, I was like, wow, I'm actually interested in this. Like, I don't think either show is really killing it right now. I mean, they're better
Well,
weeks.
and the problem is, it's the end of the year,
True.
and they always hit a really big lull the end of the year because they're trying to wrap up all the storylines from the year, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do heading into WrestleMania season with the Royal Rumble looming only 6 weeks away.
Makes sense. It just sucks that
Yeah,
suffer
it
through
does.
it. I mean, especially with Raw, because at least SmackDown's 2 hours. Raw.
Right. Hey, you got a Bella finally.
Oh snap! Now that
John Cena, you lucky man.
okay, I was gonna say I thought she was the one married to Daniel.
No, Nikki is the one that's engaged to Cena. Rhea is the one that just had the baby that's married to Daniel Bryan.
Gotcha.
I hate that I know all that.
I'm surprised I don't remember it because as much as like I said, I always catch my mom watching the Diva show. I've
Yeah.
watched it a few times.
You catch your mom watching it. Sure.
Well, I usually sit down if she's watching. I usually sit down and watch it with her. I mean, if anything, because they have Alexa Bliss on there. Because I mean, I could just turn the sound off and
yeah.
stare at her all day. I don't really need a good excuse.
I'll give you that one. 5 Feet of Fury.
I mean that too, but I do from a character stand, like from the wrestling standpoint, I really do like her character. I like
So do I.
she's just a bitch. I fucking and she's not a bad wrestler. I mean, she's just so little, man. God, like remember the first time I noticed? I think she was in a tag match, and the first time I had seen her in a tag match, it's like she doesn't even reach the ropes barely, like or the top rope.
And the funny thing is, Nia Jax is her best friend. Like, legit best friend. And Nia Jax is, like, every bit of 6 foot.
Oh, they couldn't be more opposite, man.
That's just funny.
Put him in vaudeville. What is that?
It was like watching The Big Show and Rey Mysterio next to each other.
It is. It's.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I've seen it. Yeah, well, they were talking to each other on that show, and I didn't know they were best friends or anything, but.
That was a Braun Strowman style power slam from Natalya. I call gimmick infringement.
Well, at least the computer version can actually wrestle.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Dude,
She doesn't have to talk.
Oh my Jesus! I was so irritated by that match the other night. I was just like, this is terrible. This is just. Charlotte Flair just couldn't save it, man.
Now, for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, we're recording this 2 days after what's the date today? December 19th, 2017. Clash of Champions SmackDown pay-per-view was 2 days ago, and Natalya could not deliver a promo to save her soul. It was just awful.
Oh yeah, she gave a god awful promo. Then she went out and had a god awful match, and then she did another god awful promo and fake cried.
Did you go back and watch the pre-show yet?
No, not yet.
Oh my god!
I haven't even really been home too much.
It's so bad.
I don't even really want to be honest.
Oh,
if it's anything like the other night.
I want you to, just so you can see how bad it is, and so you can watch the Ryder Raleigh match.
Well, I like to see that. I like to see the. I don't think I've seen much of Raleigh wrestle.
Nikki's just going to town.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time I've used her, right?
This is the first time either Bella has been used.
That's what I thought. I wanted to make sure to get them in the mix this month.
1, 2, nope.
I know 1 count. I want Natalya to be good. She's a heart. I mean, her dad's Jim the Anvil.
Yeah. Now Neidhart, Jim Neidhart could deliver a promo.
Oh, hell yeah.
That laugh was fantastic. Plus, I'm sporting a Jim Neidhart goatee right now.
I've seen that. You can do that crazy little beard tug.
I can. But now, this may be an unpopular opinion. Bret Hart should never have a microphone in his hand.
I think that's fair. I don't think he was the worst ever, but he definitely wasn't. It wasn't his strong
wait a minute.
point.
Natty's kicking the air.
What the fuck?
That's 3,
4. She's psyching her out, ladies and gentlemen.
6,
She connected.
6 times before she connected.
God, she's terrible. Just absolutely terrible.
I told you it happened again. I didn't remember what match it was in. I told you during that Charlotte match. I knew it happened again.
I think that was the worst one yet, wasn't it?
Probably.
Natalia's having a stroke on the second rope.
Oh!
Beautiful
Discus
lariat.
clothesline. Is this it? 1, 2, no!
And the Bella's kicked out, showing intestinal fortitude.
Intestinal fortitude.
I don't know. I think it was Gorilla. That was a monsoon.
It was.
The immovable.
Now, speaking of Vince isms, on both Raw and SmackDown, you will very much appreciate this. I heard Corey Graves, what a forearm! I heard Corey Graves say what a maneuver at least once on both shows. On both shows, I heard it at least once.
And I wonder if he was doing that like just if he just did it, or if it was like a like an in joke kind of thing. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Bracket.
Beautiful move.
1, 2.
Oh.
Boy. I want to say that was Nikki's finisher.
If it wasn't, it should be.
I agree. Oh, here we go. It's not a chin lock, though.
I guess it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Give him time.
Maybe it was going to be a chin lock, but Natty reversed it. That's what I'm going with. Hold on.
Ooh. That could put her away.
Ha! A bulldog to the heart.
Ah.
I'm just saying.
It's a rib. 1,
1,
2. Oh. Natty kicks out again.
And chin lock.
There it is. The deadly chin lock. Many a match has been slowed to a grind beyond chin lock.
Slowed to a snail's pace.
I'm surprised they don't have the crowd start chanting boring.
There's those elbows. It's like every woman has that move in the game, I swear to God.
Oh, that's a little vicious.
It's kind of a version of an STO, I guess. She went for that forearm again.
Oh my. Northern Lights without a bridge.
I think the Northern Lights has got to be the most beautiful suplex ever.
Oh yeah, man, especially when someone bridges it.
Yeah.
It's a thing of beauty. I like that in the German suplex too. The pitting German suplex when it's done right.
Well, yeah, Under Blaze. You notice that was one that I made sure to get into your open.
Yes.
There again.
With the power slam. Oh.
Gimmick infringement.
Is she gonna put the
That's my guy's move. Braun Strowman. He's on my show, and I call gimmick infringement. I'm gonna talk to your
Pearl River. No wait.
2, 3.
Batista bomb wins it.
Sir, you are the general manager of SmackDown. I demand that you make Natalya stop using my man's power slam.
I don't know about all that. She's got to do something. She's horrible. I mean, look at her. Hey, if anybody was to deliver a power slam, make it believable.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Jesus
no.
Christ.
Oh.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say too much. I did write this. So.
Yeah, so you can read it.
Oh, God damn it. You know, Asuka, I think I've been patient I've been biding my time, waiting for the right opportunity to strike, but I think I've reached a point where I can't keep quiet any longer. Just sounds weird. I'm not gonna try to do a female voice. That just would be
I was
horrible.
gonna say you really should.
I know. You've been successfully defending the championship. I'll give you that. But who have you really been facing? Certainly nobody with my caliber, talent, skill.
Because she's a heart.
Where now? And I think it's time for that to change. I think it's time that you faced a real challenge. So at Extreme Rules, I offer you the chance to prove yourself against a real competitor. Yes. Yes. And when it's said and done, you'll understand your place in the WWE. Just another rung on the ladder that I have to climb to make it to the top and claim what is mine.
That was the 5th segment, right? I think so.
No, I think there's one more. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, yep.
I know you're not here tonight, Asuka, but I just want you to think long and hard about what I said. Because if you accept my challenge, you'll be facing the member of the family that is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. But we can't spell. Or use proper punctuation.
Hey man, you wrote it.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna have to start going back and spell checking your work.
No, I hurried that. I was trying to get that one done, man. I got the Samoa Joe one done. I got to do the one with Owens and Sid now. The single ones aren't that bad. I mean, they're
No, the single ones are pretty simple. It's the call-outs that are a pain in the ass.
yeah, because there's just so many more segments.
Kevin Owens!
I
I hated this gimmick. Hated it. Pissed off that it's the gimmick that he's got in the game.
It's just, I hope that this thing that they're building toward goes somewhere, because I feel like they're kind of wasting him right now. And Sammy. I mean, I think Owens is a little better, but still.
I hope that it goes somewhere too. I think it'll probably end up culminating at either the Royal Rumble, or if they really want to stretch it out, WrestleMania.
I almost wonder, I keep wondering about the Daniel Bryan thing, man. I feel like they wouldn't be doing what they're doing unless he was going to do some kind of physical activity of some sort.
I agree. Sucker!
This would have been a good match.
I agree.
I always loved Booker T, even back in the Harlem Heat.
He mentioned Harlem Heat last night on commentary because there was some tag team match going on. That's how much I paid attention to Raw last night. But he said something about, yeah, these guys are almost as good as Harlem Heat. And Corey Graves was so quick. These guys are way better than Harlem Heat was.
Ooh, man, that's rough. That is rough.
I love Corey Graves. His commentary makes my night. Especially when he gives Byron such a hard time on SmackDown.
Yeah, because Byron Saxton fucking sucks.
Well, he's doing his job well, though, because he's trying to be the goody two-shoes babyface.
Then he rules. Because I can't stand him.
Yeah. he's doing his job well, because he's making you hate him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Corey Graves was actually a wrestler who had similar issues as Daniel Bryan, right?
Correct.
Where he had to retire early. Because I know he can't be that old. He looks like he's in his late or mid to late 30s, maybe.
Yeah, he was actually an NXT Tag Team Champion with Neville.
It seemed like he started getting pretty popular before he had to retire, which is that's just a shame, man.
Yeah, he made one game because he's in 2K15.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he made one game before he had to retire.
I was trying to think if I could think of any other instances where they had someone out in the ring in a potential situation to get in a fight that literally couldn't wrestle or wasn't supposed to wrestle anymore. I know they had Edge come down one time.
I was just thinking about that because it was who was it with? I can't even remember. Because it was Edge and Christian both down there. I think it was against CM Punk.
What's CM Punk?
I think it was CM Punk because I think he was going to give Christian a GTS.
I don't remember. I remember that there was a time when he come back to the ring was involved in something. I mean, and like not like physical really, but you know, but was in the ring, kind of like I was looking at Daniel Bryan, where he put himself in a situation where it's like, I mean, no one's probably gonna attack him, but he could get hurt.
Right.
I know that day that Daniel Bryan came out and retired.
Oh, that killed me.
It's so hard when you know if someone's that young.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a killer because, I mean, WWE knows if they were to let him wrestle, I mean, like, how much, if something happens to him, I mean, it's not going to happen. I have a hard time believing it's going to happen unless there was a change in his diagnosis. I just can't. And I'm not saying that they don't care about him as a person at all, but they don't want it on their hands as a business.
Right.
I don't blame them. I mean, I really wondered if Daniel Bryan decided to try to go to like, I don't know, New Japan or Ring of Honor again or something. I wonder how receptive they would be.
I don't know.
I mean, of course you'd want Daniel Bryan to wrestle for you, but it's a pretty
Yeah, it's a touchy situation.
It's a pretty public thing. I mean, he came out on live television and retired. I mean, Kevin Owens. What the? Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
And you know, usually I would laugh because of how big of a guy he is, but he's someone he could probably do that in real life. It wouldn't surprise me. Some of the shit I see him do. He's really like I kind of lost track of him a little bit there after he moved to SmackDown. But he was one of my favorite things on Raw there for a while, like with him and Jericho when they were doing the list thing.
Oh, the Festival of Friendship.
And it was so great. It was just old school heel. You knew it was going to end badly just by the way they were acting with each other. They were so over the top, buddy. Like, oh man, when this crash and burns, it's going to be awesome.
Festival of Friendship, that segment's got to be one of my favorite segments of the year.
Dude, Jericho, man. He was another one. It wasn't until later on where I liked him as a kid because of how...
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt. Here we go.
Oh!
Powerbomb.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm behind.
No, you weren't. I screwed up. I counted fast.
Okay, give me your count just to be on the safe side.
44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49.
All right.
Yeah, but that was totally my bad.
Well, Owens isn't done.
Ooh, putting the boots. It was actually a pretty, I mean, for what I saw, I was watching it, it was pretty evened up match, it seemed like.
Uh-huh.
Not really much drama. It's,
I believe, sir, you have some tournament matches coming up.
thank God. Because I know, like, with the booking, you know, I wanted to get R-Truth on the show, and I like having Bam Bam, and there's just some characters I wanted to get on the show that I haven't, you know, had a chance to use yet.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, it hasn't been much of a barn burner so far.
Oh, and I finished listening to the Pritchard podcast of Big Snake.
What'd you think?
Oh my God, I loved it.
He's another one.
It was in that one where they were talking about the stuff that happened with Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I never knew that before, man. I never knew any of that. I knew he was
amazing. It's amazing the character they can portray on television.
Yeah.
Especially back then.
But it really, I mean, it fills some gaps then, because you know, he was such a big star in the independents and the territories. And, I mean, that happens sometimes. People come to WWE and they don't always translate, but I just kind of thought that's what happened with him. I never realized that he was, like, poised for this big championship. I don't know if it was a championship run or he was getting a shot at it or what was going on. He was going to be in the main event, you know, sphere. And
Right.
I mean, when he got caught with... Damn. I've been excited for this match.
I love Seth
freaking
Rollins. Oh, speaking of Seth Rollins, the Shield reunion is going through another problem.
Oh, what's up?
Ambrose has to have elbow surgery.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What happened? Was it something like a recent or just...
Well, I guess it's something he's been dealing with for a few weeks, and then they kayfabed an injury last night on Raw. And WWE announced today that he's got to have surgery. So that sucks.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by something.
Oh, look, a squirrel!
Sorry, pretty much. Sorry, give me one sec here. Okay, sorry about that. Well, first, wasn't it, it was Reigns first, right?
Yeah, he was out with that. They said it was the mumps.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't hear that.
I didn't even think the mumps was a thing anymore.
That's so random. Like,
and it was like a bunch of people in the locker room got it, in the Raw locker room. Because that's what Bray Wyatt had.
oh, was it? See, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was sick. Ooh, nice move by Seth Rollins. Variation Superman,
It's like a
Fisherman Suplex DDT.
It's like a fisherman brainbuster almost.
Fish food.
Fish food.
Hit him, Jake.
I'm just waiting for somebody to go up and hit another spear line block.
That's what this match needs.
It does.
I need to go back and find that clip and see that move again, because I can't even like remember what it looked like, but I just remember...
I swear it was a shoulder block.
It was just like an optical illusion, because I remember that when I watched it, I was like, was that a fucking spear or a shoulder block? Or what the hell was that? Like, it was a weird, the way that, wasn't it Bailey? I think it was during her match.
I don't remember.
I remember that night because there was like it seemed like every match had someone doing that off the top rope, like a flying, either like a corkscrew shoulder block or just something.
Right. Jake with that reversal. Bulldog.
I don't know, man. This one, Jake's a little up in years. Seth Rollins definitely got a lot more spunk, but man, Jake's Jake.
Jake is most definitely Jake.
One DDT is all it takes.
In Jake's prime on TV, he was one of the best. Blockbuster.
Beautiful. Oh, dude, I loved Jake the Snake Roberts as a kid.
And
Boring.
And that's the thing. You could turn Jake face in this one because his like 96 King of the Ring attire is in the game with his original awesome music.
Is that the one where is that when he was wearing the shirt?
Uh-huh.
Interesting look.
Cover him up. Goddamn.
God damn, pal. Have you listened to the? Have you seen the newest one? Is the Edge one? That's 5 hours long.
I downloaded that one too.
Whew. I mean, I listened to it, man, but I had to listen to it in like 4 different parts. It was just. I mean, I still need to go back and listen to it again because I didn't get to really process all of it.
I think the next one I'm gonna listen to. I listened to two full podcasts today because I listened to a Wrestle Ramble one that wasn't on YouTube. It was just a podcast with 4 or 3 other. It was Ollie Davis, who's part of Wrestle Talk TV, and 3 other wrestling like journalists, whatever, YouTubers, whatnot. British ones, going over like their top 20 of the year, top 20 wrestlers of the year. Super interesting.
Were they pretty divisive, or did they have a similar list?
No, it was pretty divisive. Jake's calling for it.
This could be it for Seth Rollins' first round elimination. He's crawling to his feet. Jake sizes him up. We need to see the short clothesline. Oh, but Jake taking his time. Seth with the Northern Lights.
Oh, that short clothesline. God, I love that move.
I love when wrestlers did stuff like that. I love when they had little, like, Razor Ramon had his setup. With Undertaker walking on the ropes.
Razor Ramon had the fall away slam.
Yeah. Bret Hart had that.
His signature. That elbow drop.
The backbreaker and then the short elbow off the second rope.
Uh-huh.
I recently went back because I was watching an episode of I think it was Legends of Wrestling. And they were talking about the Bret. It was Raw. The one about Raw. They were talking about the Bret and 1, 2, 3 Kid match. I'm like, man, I haven't seen that in a while. I wonder if that's still. I haven't seen it since I was younger. I wonder how much. Because I remember watching it on TV, going, holy shit. Because at that time on TV,
DDT!
that's all. That's all over. That's it. He's dead.
And
1, 2. Oh, Seth Rollins is superhuman.
Bruce Pritchard would be mortified.
Jake doesn't know what to do. He's
Never
confused.
kicked out of that.
Well, I guess he's just gonna sit in the corner.
No one kicked out of that back in the day. Oh, I don't know what happened there.
That's weird.
That's when something pops up on the plate. Oh, you know what? I know what that was. Yeah, because there it is again. It was when, remember I told you that dude was trying to get me to give him my login info so he could download the game?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. He was trying to add me.
Oh.
Add me as a friend on the PlayStation Network.
And let me get this straight. He wanted you to give him the game to download?
Yeah, because there's messages popping up. he wanted me to give him my login information for the PlayStation Network, so he could log into my account and download the game from my account, the digital version of the game. 3 off the fucking wall.
And this was someone you did not know from Adam, right?
Nope. I had no idea who this dude was. And you could tell he wasn't. Okay, here it comes. You could tell he wasn't American because it was like, "You let me download game." I am not trying to offend anybody. I swear to God, that's what the dude said.
It's probably a bot. They come in self-aware. They heard about net neutrality and they got pissed off. So they just.
Oh, net neutrality. Oh,
They
dude,
just-
net neutrality is really going to affect us if it actually crumbles.
We'll see.
Can't
Even
have that.
they still got to, I think, vote for, is it Congress?
Something, I don't remember.
And even if it goes through, there will be fucking riots. You don't mess with video games and you don't mess with porn. You don't.
True stories.
I mean, I know there's much more important things at stake in the long run, but from the everyday Joe.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, man, but but to be more realistic, I mean, even with porn, you want to talk about downloads and availability, and it can really affect the how they get paid, how they get all that stuff.
And that's when you have to think about not just porn, but you look at stuff like Netflix and
Yeah.
iTunes and Spotify and Google Play, sites that get paid to use the internet. What's gonna happen?
Like I say, I mean, I'm not saying I don't think it might not get implemented or revoked, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. But I just don't think it'll last, man. Nobody wants this. Nobody. When's the last time that everybody agreed on something? Especially this day and age. You know what I mean? Like, and the people who don't agree with that don't know anything about it. Yeah, dig it. Thinking. The Macho King.
Cream rises to the top. That's all I'm saying. That promo, dude, that right up there with the Hard Times promo.
Look at Randy.
It was WrestleMania 4 that he did that promo. With the cream rising to the top. My God, I love that promo.
He's another one, man, like a staple from my childhood. Just like, now see, I was always a Macho Man fan, whether he was a heel or a face.
Oh, dude, Macho King with Queen Sherry.
Shit.
Loved it.
Dude, it doesn't get much better than that. Fucking Scary Sherry. I was watching the Survivor Series the other night, the one that had Zeus in it.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
remember? They had that awesome thing where Sherry, they're doing that interview, Brutus and Hulk in the dressing room, and she comes in and she throws powder in her face and she just starts screaming like a fucking lunatic, and they come in and attack. Ah! Ah! I'm like, I miss her. Dude, she was great. She's another staple. She was there the whole time, like when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, 90s.
A great women's wrestler in her own right.
Yeah.
Savage just kind of
Dominating Sami Zayn so far, which I'm not necessarily surprised. Although
no, me either.
Zayn has youthful exuberance on his side.
Youthful exuberance.
The Macho Man, unfortunately.
What?
Oh, no.
No, come on. It's not going to be this fast.
Oh.
No, that wasn't the elbow.
It's more like a fist drop.
I'll tell you what, though. With Seth Rollins just winning, my God, Seth Rollins versus Randy Savage? Yes, please. Is this the elbow? Is he going up? Oh my God, it is!
I'm supposed to be impartial, I guess, but can you dig it? Sucker. Macho Man's winning.
Snap into it. 1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
I mean, I guess after Seth kicking out the DDT, I guess there was a chance for him to kick out. But man, I don't think anybody gets up from the elbow drop except Ultimate Warrior. You know, it's Hulk Hogan. But you know, Ultimate Warrior got up from like 18 elbow drops.
Still my favorite match of all time.
A rare display of showmanship in the middle of the ring by Randy Savage. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, in this third round 1 match of our tag team contender tournament.
That was the 4th round 1 match. That
Or I'm sorry. Duh, you're right. So we got Seth Rollins versus Randy Savage.
And I believe we have Rusev versus Ricky Steamboat.
Oh man, we could see a possible Ricky Steamboat Randy Savage rematch for the Intercontinental title.
Don't you tease me.
Psycho Sid. So I was going back and watching his promos. I was like, God, I forgot how awesome he was. He was fucking insane.
The master and the ruler of the world.
You know, I just realized something. I don't even have my chat open. My phone died a while ago and I was waiting for it to charge. I bet Iggy's been on there like, hey!
No, Iggy's not on.
Oh, do you got yours up?
Yeah, I always have it up.
Oh, okay. I don't feel as bad then.
No, I always leave the page up. It's like I have the BananaRoMa page up, and I have the player over the streaming video, so I can still see the chat.
Nice.
Like I'll take a screenshot. I'll send it to you later.
Okay. Hey man, whatever works. That's all that matters.
Psycho Sid. Who's he facing in the main event? Psycho Sid in the main event. I like it.
Was it Rhino? I believe.
We shall see. Something tells me that Sid, whoever he's facing, it's not going to be a long match.
It
That would
really
be
is.
Rhino.
Oh, but if anyone's going to take him to the edge, it'll be Rhino. With that spear.
No, it's not a spear.
The gore, I'm sorry.
You gotta Paul Heyman it. Gore!
I don't ever want to do anything like that, man.
I can't do it 3 times like that.
Gore! Gore! Gore!
Dude, my throat hasn't been right since I tried doing that Vince.
Yeah, I mean, Vince is so over the top, you have to pretty much put all of your energy into it to pull it off, right?
Pretty much.
God damn, pal.
Goddamn, pal.
Bruce, I said some of his impressions, man. The one he does of Dusty is the best. Fucking, I don't think you can get any closer to the real person.
No, you can't. I was listening to it and I thought it could have been Dusty. Like legit thought it could have been Dusty.
Pumpkinhead. Baby, let me tell you something, baby. I'm the American Dream,
wow.
Dusty Rhodes. Whoa.
We got the choke slam already.
Oh. Sid is not wasting any time.
See, he's
What?
Wow! He got him set up for a powerbomb already. 3-move match.
There's no way. Oh! Rhino down. Will this be enough to put him away?
1, 2.
Oh!
Wow.
Gotta hand it to Rhino. Most people couldn't stand up to that kind of assault.
No.
What the? Sid just fucking gouging on the. Oh.
Gotta love a good camel clutch. And a good camel toe, giggity.
Giggity, giggity. He's too tall to do the camel clutch. It looks funny.
Really
Is he gonna? He forgot to say giggity. Should I say giggity? Sid is just like the Hulk.
Choke slam again.
The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets.
Sid's not playing around. Maybe this will end at 1, 2, 3.
Oh, man.
Sid did not come to get paid by the hour, sir.
He's out to prove a point. I don't know what lit a fire in his ass.
A match. Quite frankly, that match he just had.
Yeah. I haven't seen this kind of fire out of Sid in a while. He's out to prove something. The greatest finisher of all time. My favorite, one of my favorite, if not probably one of my top 3 favorite moves. Because of him and Vader. And Kevin Nash.
The powerbomb?
Yeah. I always like the jackknife.
I do love a good powerbomb.
Oh, Sid's got. Uh-oh. I think he has something to say.
The crowd got off and quiet all of a sudden.
A hush falls over the crowd. Samoa Joe! You walk around here acting like God's gift to wrestling, and it makes me sick! You walk around with my title on your waist, and it makes me sick! That's because you took that walking punchline, The Rock, out of business for a few weeks. Doesn't make you tough. It's time you faced insanity head on. It's time you understood my true nature. You have something I want, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it. I'm going to explain it real easy, boy. It simply goes like this. The Extreme Rules, if you're any kind of a man, you'll give me a chance to get back what is rightfully mine. When it's all said and done, you will know why they call me Master and the ruler of the world.
Good delivery, sir.
Thank you. Well, I knew I was going to have fun with this one because he's so fucking crazy. It's just... I loved it because he did a similar style to like what Jake used to do, where he would like... You know, he would start off real insane, and then he would start talking more and more quiet to where you had to listen to him more.
Mm-hmm.
He'd bring it down like this, and you had to really listen to him. And then he would get real loud again like this. I loved it. I watched like 4 or 5 of his old promos. I was like, ah, Sid. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was this week's show.
Yeah, I mean, short and sweet.
We got
But we got some stuff accomplished. We finished up your first round of the tag team tournament.
Intercontinental title, first contender.
Intercontinental title tournament. Sorry, I'm getting confused.
It's okay, I understand.
I'm recording a lot of stuff.
What month is it? What day is it?
Ugh.
What game is this?
June, February.
June, February? Yeah. That's about June, May. Yeah, that's good. That's
Mayvember.
Mayvember. There we go. It's Mayvember. Next month is January. Wait. Oxember.
Oxember.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Oxember.
That's just fun to say.
Mayvember and Oxember.
Mayvember, Oxember, Marchuary.
Yeah.
July.
But now, sir, the real question is, what did you lie about?
You have to tune in tomorrow night to find out. And join us for TGW Raw as we see. Wait, you had a tournament going too, didn't you?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'm just getting mixed up with the first one. Something important was going on.
I'm sure I have a tag team tournament going on right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what I think it's what it was. And who did we see last week? The Von Erichs and Usos. No, I had the Usos.
You have the Usos.
Von Erichs and I don't remember who the other one was.
Oh, let's recap what we saw last week. So last week on TGW Raw, matches of importance were Aleister Black and Kurt Hawkins with that weird Bray Wyatt distraction.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Did see that. We saw a brawl in the ring between Steve Austin and Braun Strowman. We saw Christian, new United States champion Christian, calling out AJ Styles to give him his rematch, which will happen not this week but next week. And we saw the Outsiders get their tag team title rematch and win their titles back with the no rematch clause.
Oh, yes. Okay. That was a good match.
Now, tomorrow night, I'm looking at the card for tomorrow night. We have quite an interesting card for tomorrow night. Quite an interesting card indeed. But if you want to see said interesting card, you have to tune in tomorrow night. So, how do you know we're going to be on tomorrow night? Easy. Follow us on Twitter at ThoseGuys734. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TG Wrestling. You can search us on YouTube by searching Those Guys Wrestling. My Twitter handle, personally, is EvilPenguin1981, and my compadre's Twitter handle is
OddSmith311.
So that'll do it for tonight.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do you a favor here. I actually happen to have the YouTube URL up as we speak. Everybody got your pins ready?
Oh no.
It's youtube.com/channel/U C lowercase p a f r s 0 j l k uppercase G lowercase y. I'm sorry, that's obnoxious. I just had to do it at least once. Okay, but yes, follow us Twitter, Facebook, and you can find us. If you're if you're already subscribed to either OddSmith311 or BananaRoMa on YouTube, you can find it in our featured channels section off to the side. It's Those Guys Wrestling, and we're gonna have everything up on there. Our review, we got our review up there from Clash of Champions now, and just
what a boring show.
that show was much like
I can't help it, man. It was a boring show.
It was definitely a pay-per-view. That's about all you can say for it.
It was a WWE Network special.
There were wrestlers, and there was a ring, and stuff happened.
There were matches, there were commentators, there were people in the crowd that may not have left as fans.
And all I could keep thinking was, man, that Jinder Mahal and AJ Styles match was a good match. It just was fucking. I didn't give a shit about who won.
It was surrounded. It was surrounded by crap.
Yeah, it's an ocean of dung.
Okay, well, that's gonna do it for us here at TGW on BananaRoMa.
Yes, and coming to you from the BTV studios for the first time in quite a while tonight. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Join us tomorrow night for TGW Raw at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There'll be all kinds of fun.
It will be all kinds of fun. It's quite an interesting card tomorrow.
I'm excited because, like I said, I know nothing about it. So,
If you like entrance music, tomorrow is your night.
oh man, that okay. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Get your popcorn, folks.
Indeed.
I will. From TGW, I'm OddSmith311,
I am Evil Penguin Gaming.
and we will see you tomorrow night.